Hey Bryant, this is Sean Reitmeyer with GCExperts. I got a message from you.
You did. I can't believe you're awake.
Well, it is the evening on a Sunday evening, but boy, it's not every day that somebody says I need some help navigating the future.
That is. Thank you for cluing into that. So my future is bright and dim at the same time, if that makes sense to you.
Okay, tell me about it.
I am going through a divorce in Sarasota, Florida, where I activated my general contracting license for the state of Florida. I
Okay,
am currently in Baltimore, Maryland, where I'm originally born. I went to safe ground to be with family and friends to heal. But my opportunities here are wide and abound because my father is also a general contractor, as well as my mother. And my father, on top of that, is a multi state licensed facilities engineer.
okay,
Do you even know what any of that means?
I do.
That is wonderful to hear because most people don't. As you know, in Florida, I can build a mailbox to a high rise or anything in between. And I've built plenty of restaurants, plenty of houses, plenty of everything. And of course, I'm not building high rises because I don't have the equity to do so. But with time, I might get lucky enough. Thankfully, I'm 49 years young.
Well,
Does that make sense to you?
e- everything you said makes perfect sense. I'm trying to be better. I have a bad habit of over talking people. And my
And I,
wife
I
said,
have a bad, I have a bad habit of not listening to people. So please talk.
my wife said, fucking shut your mouth and listen to people. Okay, I'll do that.
Well, we can reciprocate. So before we do continue the conversation, I need you to understand that I'm a veteran
Okay,
of the United States Navy.
awesome.
It is. And I've paid a lot of sacrifices for what I did for my country, all of which I take honor in. And the credo for the United States Navy was honor, courage, and commitment when I joined in 1997.
Okay,
I
so
don't know what the credo is today,
well,
and I don't care
I
because,
can give you a half-ass answer because my two best friends in the whole wide world that I have been friends with since 1991
okay,
went to the Naval Academy. And we have maintained our friendships for the last 34 years. And last weekend, we finally got together as a promise to each other and went sailing off the coast of California for a few days. And hazing is still around, I will tell you, because they told me that I needed to bring a pirate costume for a pirate contest, of which I did, and turned out I was the only one dressed as a pirate.
that's okay.
So
They were
that,
having fun with you.
yep,
Did you
fun
have to jump ship?
fun shit. There was all kinds of fun stuff that happened on that boat, much of which I don't want to talk about. But I'll just tell you this: after 34 years of friendship, there was a little bit of kumbaya there. I'll tell you. And
So where are you from, if I may ask?
I'm from Austin, Texas. Went to high school with Andy Shinsky, who was my best friend in high school in '91. He went to the Naval Academy in '92. Who roommated with Brian Nowak, who we lovingly call Whacker uh, because a drill sergeant
What year
there's
were you born?
72.
I was born in '76, so you're a little bit older than me, but not by much.
Not by much, but yeah, I've been
And
in construction my whole life. Those
me
guys
too.
went.
How far do you go back?
So when I was 15 years old, I backtalked my mom. My dad put me on an airplane to 29. Well, it was Palm Springs, California, from Austin, Texas, and then within about 4 or 5 hours of backtalking my mom, I was in an attic at 29 Palms Marine Corps Base insulating ductwork.
Man's a fucking grunt, Marine man.
Well, Dad was actually
Which is part of the Navy.
Dad was Army. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Dad was Army.
yeah, Dad was
So your
drafted.
dad was in Special Forces.
No, nuclear weapons.
Oh, we have too much in common, and we need to be careful about how much we talk because I need to let you know that the VA is recording this phone call.
Okay.
I'm not lying to you at all.
Okay.
I
Nothing.
was an electronic tech for telecommunications in the United States Navy.
Okay.
They offered me the nuclear program. I turned it down. Then they offered me the Naval Academy years later. I turned it down. I have told several admirals and generals to go fuck themselves in my lifetime. Also, I could do what it is I want to do in this world, which ultimately is be a builder. Now, what it was I wanted to build when I was 18 versus what it is that I wanted to build at 30 versus what it is I built and wanted to build when I got my license activated versus what it is I want to build today are all different. Because with time, my horizon has expanded.
Okay.
And now that I've spent enough time away from the Navy, and unfortunately I'm going through a divorce from a woman in Sarasota that I'm in complete disagreement with on virtually everything, and also in agreement with on many things, I am trying to find peace with my life, much like you found with your friends out in California.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with that question, I have to ask the next question. Where did you go to celebrate with your friends?
We went to Santa Catalina Island.
Catalina Islands.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting there. Haven't done it yet.
Yeah. In fact,
Or
I
it's
had
up near
done
San
work.
Fran.
I had done work.
No, I'm sorry. It's north of San Diego, in between San Diego and LA, correct?
Yeah, it's about 26 miles off the coast there. It's part of the Channel Islands, of which at least two of them are owned and operated by the Navy, San Nicolas and San Clemente Island. Um,
Been to one of them, not the other.
yeah, I've been to San Clemente.
I'm not going to talk anymore.
If you've been to San Clemente, you'll know the salty crab.
I know crabs from Maryland,
Okay.
and I know nobody does crabs like we do.
So anyway, let's get
So,
back to your original comment, which is the licensing. We're gonna play a fun game.
we're going to play the fun game I want to play. And the fun game I want to play is how do I get multifaceted as fast as possible for the broad states, because the Navy and my background is giving me the abilities through the VA to get a travel pass for all 50 states. And if I play my cards right, they might even help me out with the expense of it. But of course, I'm not here to suck off the tit of the government. If I can do it for myself and get my ultimate dream of traveling around this country and selecting the jobs I want to be part of to better use all of my education, that of hard knocks and that of my mathematical skills and that of my communications abilities, as well as swinging a hammer like a motherfucker of floors value to carpentry, as well as finished carpentry, and all the final finishes that it takes to incorporate an entire envelope of a building or an assignment. I would like to do that.
Yeah, except that if you want to do it with me, you got to do it my way.
I'm willing to listen,
Okay.
but I hope
Then
you can do 17 states at a time up first.
Then you tell me when it's my turn to talk, and I'll patiently.
You already got the silence, and in the Navy we say I or I. I means it's your turn. I means that statement's over. The mic is now yours.
Got it. Okay. So we're gonna play a game, and I'm gonna tell you the answer to the question, but I want to know first: are you familiar with the term SAM registration?
Well, unfortunately for you, my last name is Samuel. But let's play your game.
Okay, so that's a no.
Hold on, let me, because I'm dyslexic. That's another thing that is undiagnosed in my life. But I read upside down, backwards, left, right, center, and forwards, all at the same time. It's completely undiagnosed. So Sam, to me, sounds like Samuel. But satellite admission moments is another thing that comes to my mind. Where do you take Sam?
Okay, it stands for System for Award Management. It's the federal government registration that anybody who wants to do business with the federal government has to be registered in sam.gov.
I'm ready to talk your language.
Okay, so Now that you know what a SAM registration is, we're going to play a game. I'm going to tell you the answer to the question before I ask you the question. Are you ready for the answer?
How many questions am I allowed to ask?
None at this point.
No, I meant when you give me the answer.
Okay, the answer is SAM registration. Ready to play?
Go.
There's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a
General contracting license.
SAM registration.
I said satellite. You said
SAM registration.
repeat.
Okay, so if you sell cake mix
No,
to
to repeat SAM.
Uh-huh.
What does SAM stand for?
System for Award Management. It's a registration.
That's a bidding platform.
It can be. Okay. So there's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a SAM registration. So if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, what do you need?
Background in the Navy?
A SAM registration.
Well, yeah, but again, if it would, yes, a SAM registration is the short answer.
Look, I told you I'm going to give you the answer to the question before I ask you the question. The answer is SAM registration.
Okay? SAM registration, aye.
Okay, so if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, you need a SAM registration. If you sell bullets or aircraft parts or even construction goods and services, what do you need?
SAM.
Okay, now we're going to play the other part of the game. Do you know what an electrical transformer is?
I absolutely do. Do you absolutely know the answer to that question?
Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. And you said you're in Maryland right now?
Currently, but my mind is in Sarasota and my computer.
It doesn't matter. I just need to pick a place where you're at. So I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. Scenario number 1. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician in the state of Maryland. Now, if that has nothing to do with the company that got the job. The company that got the job, all they need is a SAM registration. But the actual work, the replacing of the transformer, shall be performed by a licensed electrician in the state of Maryland. That's scenario number 1. So if you got that job, you'd have to hire a licensed electrician. Now let's go to scenario number 2. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician. Well, now, any licensed electrician from any state can go into Maryland and replace that transformer. You got to understand this.
You're absolutely correct.
This is federal eminent domain property. There's no
such
thing as a state inspector going on to a federal job.
Not in the electrical world.
Scenario number 3. The transformer shall be replaced. Now, that literally means you and I can go out there on a Saturday and replace the transformer. Again, this has nothing to do with the company that got the job. So it's because of that that I can tell you I've done $1 billion worth of construction for the federal government. I have never had a license of any kind other than a driver's license, and I've worked in some of those regulated states out there: California, Florida, Delaware.
You're going to need to stop for a minute.
Okay.
In the Navy, I had a TS1 clearance. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Good answer. We're going to stop asking questions about that. Secondly, if I had just heard you correctly, you just told me I can replace the transformer, I can buy the transformer, not necessarily in that sequence, but I can replace it at will myself with my own bare hands.
Unless it says in there that it has to be done.
Unless, you're right, but it also would state within state guidelines of that particular state.
No, it would say industry standard and trade practice.
Aye. How you doing, sir? Hey, that's okay. Godspeed. I'm Catholic, so I'm very religious, and also Godspeed is a naval term. Your boys might have said it to you. Or they might not have, because they don't want you to know what it means.
You never know.
Yeah. Religion has nothing to do with what you're saying. Godspeed has to do with how fast I can stop my death. or ultimately die for my mission, as well as my family, which is my mission as well, at least here on this planet for me. Health, mind, body, and soul are what give me the ability to do that.
Okay, earlier in the conversation, I said there were a couple things. One is you had to play my game. The second is I've got a video, and it's an hour-long video. And anybody who wants to make it to step 2 with me has to watch that video. And I don't care if you watch it today, tomorrow, next week, next year, or 5 years from now, but it's where I teach people how to find, bid, negotiate federal contracts anywhere, anytime. And
what's the cost?
0.
What are, okay, so being dyslexic, I have to most likely watch it 3 times in order to pass your test.
Oh, and I don't care. Look, I just called you on a Sunday night at 10 o'clock.
No, I'm with
Central
you, bro.
Standard.
I'm totally with you.
You know, if you want to.
You're Central? Is that what I just heard?
I am, yeah.
I'm Eastern.
Yeah, I figured that part out.
CMT, and I know all the rest of the...
But yeah, when we're done, I'll text you the video when we're off the phone, and then,
Text is ideal. Do you have my email address?
Probably.
And what do you have on file?
It would have been in the marketing system that, well, I mean, if you want to read it.
Well, it's been updated.
Hold on a second, let me look. What I have is p@bravosierraechoindia.us.
Yes, that is one, and I want you to continue to email because I still own the domain.
Okay.
But I'm delinquent on payment because I'm going through a divorce. So I've gone through and established new communications with AT&T. So through that process, I have a new email address that is currently working. The other one, due to billing matters, is not working.
Okay, well, when you get the text from me with the video, just text me back that email address because I don't do that. I got people that work for me that do that, and I'll just send it to them and they can update
I will do that. If you send it to me tonight, I'll do it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but I can say it to you pretty easy.
No,
Bravo.
It wouldn't matter because I'm not going to put it anywhere. So
I know, but it's BSEI with periods.
Okay.
Numerical 1 at iCloud.com. Just let me talk. And then I'll get you off the phone as fast as your wife wants.
Let's see.
I might text it to you, dude. You don't have to do it.
Okay.
I just wanted you to hear it. It's the same thing. It's just with periods, and I paid for all the periods.
Okay.
And I paid for the numerical 1, and some people do know what that means, and I've had people write out numerical 1 and go to the wrong place. So it's better for me to write it and text it to you. Text is the fastest form of communication for me now, but what you need to also know is that I am retiring that number that you have to a landline in the nearby future.
Okay.
Because I get too many business calls and personal calls on the same phone number. So I've updated my records for the new phone number that I'm not giving out to just anybody just yet because I get too many scam phone calls. And I've recently been had through Bank of America, via Zelle, via the Royal Farm Store, money's taken from me that I am currently objected to because I'm not the one that tipped those monies. They got stolen from me. And unfortunately, every dollar counts right at this particular moment in time. Divorce sucks. Don't ever do it. If you can avoid it.
Got it.
So, I'm ready for step 2.
Yeah.
I just need to find a time and a quiet place. And thankfully for you, I'm not with my wife and my 5 kids. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland with just me and my dog. So, I have a basement. As long as I keep him at bay and play, I can go in the bathroom or whatever I want to do and watch something for an hour. But that's an hour I'm giving up in my day. So please understand, every minute counts as well, especially when you're in a divorce. Just like when you're in the Navy.
I'll just repeat what I said again. I don't
Step
care.
2.
I don't care whether you watch it or not. It's entirely up
How
to
do you
you.
know if I watched it?
What's that?
How do you know if I watched it?
Oh, because I'm going to ask you a question and you'll either know the answer to it or you won't.
Good answer. Are you ready to say goodnight, or are we going to keep talking?
Oh, no, I mean, I'll answer any question you want to know. I just, if you want to move
At
forward
some
with
point,
it.
there has to be costs here associated with this, I'm assuming.
I talk about that at the end of the video. I don't really talk money with people. You gotta understand, I did $1 billion worth of work with the federal government. If you watch enough of my videos on YouTube, you'll it'll
I'm
become
not a YouTube guy. I'm a one-on-one guy
okay. Well,
because I don't trust the internet. And that's why.
there's a lot of
Because
evidence, and when I say a lot, I mean like 1,000 videos of me on the internet talking about
I,
where.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't have the time to watch 1,000 videos. I need to connect with a real person like you in Austin, Texas,
Yeah. Well,
so that I know. And if you want to pass the torch to an assistant, that's totally fine,
I
as
no,
long as I
there
know
is
you're
there is no
monitoring.
assistant for that. Look, I talk to people that are green in the federal construction world, and I talk to people that do $50 million a year in federal contracts. It's got to be me because I'm the only person that can have both types of calls.
Wonderful, which means I. So you're my main source of contact. Is that what I'm hearing?
I am the guy.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. I don't know of anybody else out there that's done $1 billion worth of work with a 6-person team.
I just don't understand why it is you're willing to give me the information without discussing the terms up front. But I'll play along.
There was a boating accident in 2005. My brother had a golf ball sized portion of his brain removed. Um, we spent $5 million putting him back together. This stuff's been covered by ABC News.
I was hit and run by a car in 2005, January 30th, at 55 miles an hour and left for dead on the fucking side of the road in Sarasota, Florida. Somehow, through the miraculous miracle of life, they revived me, kept me in a coma for 2 weeks, did a double fasciotomy on my left leg that was shattered into 17 pieces. I woke up 2 weeks later after a coma to my mother, who lives in Maryland, all the way down in Sarasota, and I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on when I realized I was not allowed to walk for 6 months, and I had to be wheelchair ridden.
Oof.
Now, through that pain, I can't tell you how many people kicked me on the way down and out. But through God's grace, and that's my personal belief, doesn't need to be discussed by you, that's my personal belief. Somehow or another, I found a way through. And ultimately, I found a woman that did help me put my life back together to some extent. And she's also managed to rip it apart. That's irrelevant. The fact is, I'm still here and I'm still ticking. And that ain't the first time, nor is it going to be the last time I die. My goal this year is to do exactly what you're trying to do with me, but also on top of that, I would very much like the opportunity to run the Boston Marathon. But with the layer of steel that's laced in my body, I'm being told I should never run again. And at 49, I'm going to challenge my body to the point it breaks in half to make that goal happen, as well as follow good business procedures.
Okay.
With that being said, I'm game. Let's roll the dice to see where we go.
All right. I'll send you the video. When you finish it, just text me back. Like I said, it doesn't matter when. Just text me back and we'll have a phone
We got
call.
a future.
And we'll talk about what you saw.
That'd be great. Name again? I'm really bad at names.
My name is Sean.
Sean. I have a Sean Lansbury in my life that does computers. I'll try to remember you that way.
Okay.
You know me as Pete. I have a call sign from when I was a kid named Rabbit. You're going to remember Pete because it's in your emails. Rabbit, you're going to remember as a joke.
Okay.
I have big ears, big nose, and big feet, and a small penis. BSEI stands for Bullshit Enterprises, Inc.
Got it.
That's obviously a joke. It stands for Bryant Samuel Enterprises, Inc. It's a nice call sign, though. Gets people's attention.
Okay.
From economic to extreme, I'm here for all your construction needs.
All right. I'm out of here.
I like you, Sean. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Godspeed. Later.